Good morning. So, see these beautiful animals behind me? The interesting thing about that is that this one is supposed to be in that pen, and that one is supposed to be in this pen. It's like they're taunting me. I separated them, spent all day yesterday building up this divider, changing their fencing around. The moment that I left, they were in together. And then when they heard me pull in the driveway, they're like, oh, we got to separate. But they messed up and they're in the wrong pens. So, struggling here. So I talked a little bit about, yeah, I know you want to go on field. So I talked a little bit about these swales and how much water we have here. And you can just see these swales that run like all the way through our property. They run down to this creek. We have them over there. They run through that field, and then there's another one down over that way. And they are just full of grass. The previous owners never cleaned them out, so it's become stagnant. So what I did yesterday is an experiment of sorts. I've blocked their pens to give them individual, supposedly, access to different parts of the swale. Next week is supposed to just be rainy, and the swales on the other side will flood like a huge current, creek, river-like torrents, enough to move those railroad ties. And this one that they're here, that we've got on this side, isn't even really connected to the creek. It has like a buildup, but it's so stagnant that it's nasty. But these grasses just grow like grass, really. So our experiment is to, there you go, Miss Daisy. She wants to, she wants a tree to scratch. But our experiment here is to see, can we use the animals, the cows here, and I know they're not cows, but for the sake of my children's sanity and introducing them to this lifestyle, they're cows. But we're going to use them to see how much of this they can clear out for us over the next week, and then move them to new sections, because like they're not fenced in down here yet. There's a section here in the middle that we're just walking across right now. There's more down that way, and we're going to see if they can help clear this out for us so that we can get some of this water running into the creek. So far, in just one evening, one night, they're doing a decent job. They still have a long way to go here before I move them, but we're going to see how this goes. But today I need to move them to fresh grass over there and get back home. Our oldest has a fever, of course, why not? Just add that to the list. So he's home in bed, but we're going to get these guys moved today and get them out on pasture before it rains for an entire week, because they are pampered and they do not like to go out when it's raining. They really, really don't. So it's one of the reasons I'm doing this, is so that they have their shelter and then they can come out during dry spells and get some grass. And then when it starts to raining and they become divas again, they can go back in to their shelter. And then they also have free choice hay in there as well. So we'll see how this goes. You helping out? All right, we got the line down. All our poly wire here. It took me 16 minutes. Took you guys probably 5 seconds to watch it. I would love to have just Premier One fencing everywhere, but we are not to that point yet. We do have it for, whoops, we do have it for their pens at night during the winter, but we just have so many weird pockets of land that we're just going to have to make permanent fencing a priority. But until then, Daisy's looking at the chickens. She's not thrilled about other animals. She'll be fine. So now we're going to put it up on our pasture. All right, got them out on pasture, fresh grass. Here is what they did over a couple of days. Got them out on fresh grass now. We're trying to get an idea of how quickly this grass is going to grow during winter. We're having unseasonably warm winter right now. Christmas Eve, and I think the high today is like 55. So we'll see how this does. Got them separated over here on their night paddocks. This over here is part of their old night paddock. And then we angled it to include this swale. And then they started over there. And then we had them over here, and we had them going up this way toward the chicken coop. So you can see that this was the last place they were before we moved them over there. So it doesn't look that bad. This was the first place they were after we got them. And it looks pretty good. Starting to rejuvenate a little bit. And then over here, we had them for a little while. But all in all, it's not looking too bad. Hopefully, we think this is where the garden's gonna go. But we are still very much in the planning stages right now. To be super, super honest, I have no idea what's going where or what I'm doing. So you can see these swales just, they go and they go and they kind of divide my property up like a puzzle piece. So it's a learning experiment at the moment. But right now, let's go take care of some chickens. I'm a little late with them because I was dealing with these guys. So let's go feed some chickens. So this is our chicken coop for the winter. This was a carport that the sellers added this fencing to, and they kept their dogs in here. And if you guys haven't seen that video, I'll put the picture in here. But it was an absolute disaster. And it took us, I don't know, like 2 full days to clean it out. Hey guys! Hi! We got lettuce for you today. Yeah. So we mulched the whole inside. There's the cat. She doesn't care about the chickens, and quite frankly, they've decided they don't care about her either. But we got some lettuce today, guys. A little special treat. No one's rushing to it. You guys could care less about the lettuce. Wow, I thought I was doing you all a favor. They want their feed. So the boys left this open, I think, but let's get you guys your feed. They know what the red cup means. I think that's what, a Spider-Man cup? Okay, Kitty, you are not getting their food. Come here, guys. Sully. You're supposed to be catching mice. Not, you know, taking all these handouts. Hey, hey, hey. No, no, no. This is not your home. Come on. No. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sully is not doing her job. You're supposed to be catching mice. And all she wants is for us to feed her. So, feed over lettuce and no water. So let's get them some water real quick. So eventually, oh yeah, they're dry. Eventually, this whole system is going to be divided in half between my breeders and my layers. And we're going to put their automatic door in here, which is still at our suburban homestead, because Pigeon, one of our lavender Orpington, is still laying, and we're still not moved in yet. I've got like a DIY rain barrel situation going on here because I don't have my real one hooked up yet. So our lavender Orpington Pigeon, because my husband thought she looked like a pigeon when we got her, and he thought a certain farm store had sold us a pigeon. But she is the only layer I have right now that's actually laying. So she's still at the suburban homestead in the, here you go, you can have some water, in the coop that I made out of the boys' old play set. She also needed an attitude adjustment. She was really mean to my Rhode Island Reds, and if they were anywhere near her trying to eat, she wasn't just pecking them, she was like attacking them. So she is home by herself, allowing these guys to kind of establish a new pecking order. And then when I reintroduce her, hopefully there'll be a new pecking order with her not so quite high up on the chain. So you guys got to see this. Sully is not attacking the chickens. She just wants their food. And she is trying so hard to weasel her way in here and get food. And I think she's about to learn a very valuable lesson from Elvis if she doesn't quit. She just thinks that if they have food, she should have food. And she's already been fed this morning. What are you doing, Sully? That is not your food. You're not a chicken. My mom says that we should change the name of our homestead to Weird Homestead. We have a laying hen that's lavender but looks like a pigeon, named Pigeon, who lays eggs the size of duck eggs and has an attitude problem. We have a cat named Sully that thinks it's a chicken and should eat chicken food. We have cattle that like to suck on each other. And I mean, it just, the weirdness is top level over here. It's a very weird homestead. All right, Sully, you are gonna have to get out. I don't let these guys, come here, you're fine. Come here. I don't let these guys free range if I'm not here, because we're pretty sure we have a fox. And I know, bye guys, I'll see you later. I know we have a hawk.